Welcome, everybody. We're living in a cave, watching shadows in projection. Like laboratory rats and Penfields hacked all our connections. Nothing is for certain, it's all interpreted sensation. Any effort at ontology is lost in translation. Well, we don't know what comprises most of the universe's matter, but we might not see the answer that was served up on a platter. Things get weird down in the regime of loop quantum gravitation. Our notions of what is are lost in translation. Fish aren't aware of water, nor humans of perception. Anytime we say we know is an act of self-deception. There is no way outside of our egocentric situation. Even phenomenology is lost in translation. Well, we've been down this road before, studied all the rules. We see the charlatans and quacks treating us like fools. Enlightenment don't come easy, if it comes at all, but the royal road to knowledge won't be stopped by any wall. The fox is in the hen house, the fools are on the hill. There's Russians in our Facebook waving $100 bills, and the mango Mussolini tweeted out his fabrications. The promise of America was lost in translation. The bishop for a couple words of wisdom, but they'd put him in the big house for abusing little children. All our former moral centers vanished to evaporation. Our core institutions lost in translation. The acolytes of Heston demand their guns be butted, so the schools are all installing heavy metal roll-down shutters. Every moderate position branded an abomination. Any middle ground at all lost in translation. Veterans living on the streets, children locked in cages, walking wounded in the cubicles of Kubler-Ross's stages, and we have no response that is not mute capitulation. The children of the 60s lost in translation. Anti-vaxxers on the left, climate deniers on the right, and our botnet in the middle looking for a fight. You got college prices going up and wages trending down. We all are number 6 now, and the circus is in town. Well, there are no easy answers, but the question's still worth asking. Though it's hard to pay attention, and we suck at multitasking, we are easily distracted by random information. Hey, look, a squirrel. Lost in translation. It's a prisoner's dilemma, it's a comic book adventure, and we shamble down the sidewalk picking brains out of our dentures. We've been so light anesthetic when what we need is deep sedation. We're zombies on the half shell, lost in translation. We amused ourselves to death, squeezing reason through a funnel. We processed our simulacra in a Disney-themed dark tunnel. We are nomads on the rhizome, après nous les conflagration. All of Western culture lost in translation. That was obviously a song called Lost in Translation, and it is from my new album, Trail of Mars. I'll be playing a few more songs from that tonight. I want to thank Folk Alliance International for this wonderful concert opportunity, and hope everybody is having a great time. Here's another song from the album. This one's called Gioconda's Smile. Living out on Chaos Street under layers of plastic sheets, watching a wasted world that's lost its nerve. In a huddled heap, we're waiting while underneath the grating subway wheels go shrieking round the curve. At the wrong end of the rainbow, in fear and panic's shadow, shaking a coffee can of change, while a flood of corporate paper whispers through this old theater, passed by robot hands kept safely out of range. It's a midnight dose of bile with a Mona Lisa smile. It's a Russian nesting doll of cover-ups. It's a jagged little treat with a taste of self-deceit, where the concrete meets the luckless page of cups. Every pocket that we find's been picked clean by an invisible hand. Nothing gained for all we ventured. We spend our time indentured to the elites of this hallucinated land. While we're hissing on the griddle, the dolt dictator fiddles, and the clock runs out for those down on their luck. It's all magic, smoke and mirrors, spin the facts, deny the errors, stack the losers in refrigerated trucks. It's a midnight dose of bile with a Gioconda smile. It's a Russian nesting doll of cover-ups. It's a jagged little treat with a taste of self-deceit, where the concrete meets the luckless page of cups. It's the ending of our revel, no sympathy for this devil. Early on we learn not to expect too much. There's no method to this madness, but there's a science in the sadness, dispensed like iron death by Midas' touch. We were given the assurance it's a matter of endurance, that effort gets you to the other side. It's the twilight of the idols, daily grim recital as the market yields slow motion genocide. It's a midnight dose of bile with a Gioconda smile. It's a Russian nesting doll of cover-ups. It's a jagged little treat with a taste of self-deceit, where the concrete meets the luckless page of cups. That was Gioconda Smile, and it is also from Trail of Mars, an album that I wrote and recorded during the pandemic and hopefully will become irrelevant. That's in the near future. Many of the songs have a lot to do with things that happened last year, but let's look forward to 2021. Here's a song about a hero of mine from a long time ago who was one of the first folks to battle the Industrial Revolution. I was born in Cornwall, 1793. Made our living weaving till the coming of the machines. Now it's in and out of prison, from the factory to the tomb. Replace skilled human fingers with a flashing metal loom. Well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Ludd. Well, well, it's a tortuous trail, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Ludd. For years in slow migration, from the cottages and farms to the bright lights of the city with all of the dreams and the false alarms. Early to late at the factory gate for enough to survive a week. Working like a slave for a minimum wage till you haven't got the strength to speak. Well, well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Ludd. Well, well, it's a tortuous trail, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Ludd. We wander around from town to town, living on, spreading the shame of the knitting frames, destroying whenever we can. When the final battle comes between machines and men, you know, I heard the captain say he'd be back again. I'll be back. Well, well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands to the hands of Captain Ludd. Well, well, it's a tortuous trail, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I take my commands from the hands of Captain Ludd. And here's another song about a hero of mine. It's a lot more recent, but it's also someone who was battling the forces of information domination. Well, he grew up at the keyboard, reading news groups, learning code. Out on the net where skill is freedom, and who you might be matters less than what you know. At 15 he wrote the Standard to syndicate the web. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He wrote the Open Access Manifesto, taught us how to hack democracy. He founded Demand Progress to organize online and in the streets, battle corruption and surveillance, stood with those who fought for change. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He helped build Reddit and Creative Commons, made court decisions, free to read. He launched the movement that brought the freedom-killing SOPA to its knees. His actions did not go unnoticed by the DOJ and the FBI. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He took on those who lock up information, downloading journals at MIT with a laptop in a closet. He tried to show that academic research should be free, but they dragged him off in handcuffs, threatened 30 years of prison time. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He was found in his apartment, unrepentant to the last. Another bite of Turing's apple, showing once again justice serves the dead hand of the past. But he left us with a vision. Now it's up to us to live the change. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, 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 the internet's own boy. That's a song about Aaron Swartz, who we lost, I think it was 7 years ago. And there's an excellent documentary available on the Internet Archive called The Internet's Own Boy, which, if you're interested in his life and work, you should take. And here's a song that I wrote after seeing the Paul Winter consort at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine many years ago. But it is that was such a powerful experience. I wrote a song about New Year, and let's all hope that this is the kind of New Year that I was thinking of. With the new year came a new plan. We walk through the jungle hand in hand, eye to eye, heart to heart, with the ghosts of the old world left far behind, and a new way to start. We come to sing, we come to play, we come to ring the bells of peace today. Hold me just enough to free me from the fragments of the nothingness we left behind. Thought caught in the tragic teeth of the barren gods of time. In search of the lost continent, strung out on twisted trails and quests in killing cold. At the leading edge of madness, nothing left to pray for now but growing old. We come to sing, we come to play, we come to ring the bells of peace today. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. Stegenbaum, oh Reine, ihr Berstegen. Schweig, doch selbst in der Verschweigung ging nur Anfang, Wink und Wandlung vor. As a mirror, barren as the golden dawn, fairy tale heroes, minds raising the Pentagon, on a mission whose weapon must be born, a child of David and division at the muting of the horn. We come to sing, we come to play, we come to ring the bells of peace today. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. Let 'em ring. The German part in the middle is from a very famous poem by the German poet Rainer Maria Rilke called Sonnets to Orpheus, which is out of copyright in the original German. It's easier out at sea when they bury you. Here in the Western world, they're just gonna carry you into some marble room where they can worship you, being at last without mind. Just another flash in the pan, just another mind in the cave, just another, I'm just another 2,000 man just another product of the age. Walking down the street, snared up in Indra's net. Try to keep up with the monsters in my head. Try to make some sense of all of them books I read. It don't make no difference now what Plato said. Just another flash in the pan. Just another mind in the cave. Just another 2,000-year-old scam. Just another lost soul left to save. Working in the air-conditioned office, talking on the phone to all the target demographics, undercover back home, drawing conclusions on the bathroom wall, cowering under my desk, staring out the window at the concrete wilderness. You can be my guest, 'cause I'm living in a world of make-believe. What does it enhance? What does it obsolesce? What does it retrieve? It reverses into the world to be taken as real. At the speed of light, phenomenology gets a pretty raw deal. Just another flash in the pan. Just another brain in a box. Just another Y2K also ran. It's just another Hayakujo's fox. Sipping tea, sitting by the radio, waiting for the mail. You know that plain brown wrapper just might contain the Holy Grail. I'm stuck in this wet network of on-off gates, looking for a way to cross over into some altered states. And I'm thinking about the final transmission from the beast. She said there ain't no way back from that journey to the east. Just another flash in the pan. Just another mind in a cage. I'm just another 2,000 man. Just another product of the age. That song was from a very old album that I did with Bill Bly called Media Ecology Unplugged. And that part in the middle where it's what does it enhance, what does it obsolesce, what does it retrieve is actually a very famous Marshall McLuhan tetrad, as he called them. I'm going to do a couple of songs from the new album now. And I just want to thank all the folks who helped me make this. This is the album called Trail of Mars, and it is available at johnmcdaid.bandcamp.com. And there are some fantastic musicians who play on this. First of all, I want to thank Anna Pachowski, who did the design on this. It's just absolutely stellar. She is a comics artist and fine artist, and her website is angeldevilland, all one word, .com. And I will talk a little bit about who else is on the album after I do a song or two here. There's people in the streets and they're all wearing sheets, each with a pitchfork and a torch, all marching together out to tar and feather when they're not pissing off the end of the porch. It's a fable we despise, a catafalque of lies drawn by a TV billionaire into thin air. We're in critical condition, it's an impossible mission, but we put up a good front. We do all our own stunts. We've been hiding underground for months, trying to be two places at once. When we're not anywhere, we're gone into thin air. We've been ambushed by a nation with death as a vacation, hanging by the skin of our teeth, hoping for a rain check, a living pay to paycheck in the gray economy underneath. Trying to get to Friday, sleeping in the doorways of a long ago Times Square, vanished into thin air. We're in critical condition, it's an impossible mission, but we put up a good front. We do all our own stunts. We're the targets of this witch hunt. We're trying to be two places at once. When we're not anywhere, we're gone into thin air. There is no contradiction between the altar of conviction and the suck of the memory hole. We're tortured by these visions as we're tending our incisions in the dark night of the soul. Watching Cain and Abel at the kitchen table, playing double solitaire off into thin air. We're in critical condition, it's an impossible mission, but we put up a good front. We do all our own stunts, locked in counter-transference, trying to be two places at once. When we're not anywhere, we're gone into thin air. Now's the time for cunning. Gotta hit the ground running with every gadget in our bag of tricks. A better world is waiting in the future we're creating, but we better make it quick. If we want to dodge disaster, this has to happen faster before it's all fucked beyond repair into thin air. We're in critical condition, it's an impossible mission, but we put up a good front. We do all our own stunts. We've been hiding underground for months. We're the targets of this witch hunt, locked in counter-transference. We're trying to be two places at once. When we're not anywhere, we're off into thin air. And that was Into Thin Air. And I have to thank all the folks who worked with me on this album, which is available at johnmcdaid.bandcamp.com. Craig Aiken plays bass. Abby Gardner does dobro and some vocals. Tracy Grammer plays violin and does vocals. Jim Henry does some amazing guitar work. Laurie McAllister does a wonderful backing vocal. And Eric Parker does all of the drums. and I have to thank Ellis Paul, who was the person who connected me with everyone as part of his New England Songwriters Retreat, which is a fantastic thing for any songwriters who are interested in sharpening their craft. On screen, off screen, on the printed page, everybody's talking about the problem of the age. It's the death of wisdom, the debuff of expertise, the triumph of deception that has us on our knees. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Nothing really matters but the ending of the show. Buy the ticket, take the ride, and you'd better look out below. Heads up, heads off. It's all a grim display. Nothing really matters. No one's watching anyway. It's a slow train coming, the return of the repressed, the gentle disposition of the softly dispossessed. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Nothing really matters but the ending of the show. Buy the ticket, take the ride, and you'd better look out below. Full bright, half bright, be as clever as you like. Everybody ends up with their head on a spike. It's the Dolce Vita, the Angst und Schrecken Tag, dancing through Gehenna in a bloody epilogue. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Nothing really matters but the ending of the show. Buy the ticket, take the ride, and you'd better look out below. Gardez-vous! As I said, that's from Trail of Mars, which you can find by going to johnmcdaid.bandcamp.com, or you can Google John McDaid and you will find me. I am the one who is not romantically involved with Courtney Cox. The world has no reason, the world has no mind, and we know it all ends too soon. But when you lose all hope, you end up in a dystopia as barren as love on the moon. So paint your banners and hold them up high. You know you've only begun, as the earth's only creatures that know we will die. We're We're searching for love in the sun. We live in the shadows. We work in the dark out of the heat of the long afternoon. Like helpless babies we're crawling when fate comes a-calling, and we're falling in love on the moon. So paint your banners, hold them up high. You know you've only begun, as the earth's only creatures that know we will die. We're searching for love in the sun. There's a voice in the thunder, it calls your name, and no one is ever immune to that sudden seizure that will torque you, squeeze you as it frees you from love on the moon. So paint your banners and hold them up high. You know you've only begun, as the earth's only creatures that know we will die. We're searching for love in the sun. Searching for love in the sun. Searching for love in the sun. That song is called Love on the Moon. It's from my previous album, which is also available at johnmcdaid.bandcamp.com. Time knows me well. Time matches my stride. Time ticks off every heartbeat. Time waits beside every moment of danger, each impending disaster. Time stands still in the crisis, then time flies on faster. It's just an illusion, this sense of existence, buoyed aloft from the quantum, off in Heisenberg distance. It's pure self-deception, this idea of being an agent with choice. As the bubbling particle chaos below us alone has a voice, and that voice says welcome. To my nightmare. Time is evolution. Time is red, tooth and claw. Time wastes itself. Time rubs me raw. I lost all sense of time, counting the lines on my face. Time marches me on in its unswerving embrace. It's just an illusion, a trick of the mind, the hubris of a point, surveying a line in a space that's surrounded darkness so deep, our little lives around it by an unthinking sleep where we say welcome. To my nightmare. Time rolls down its hill, implacable and incremental. Time strips us of dignity, children, and friends. Time is unsentimental. Time patiently waits to shuffle off this mortal flesh that we drag. Every time we close our eyes is just a dress rehearsal rag. It's just an illusion, like Christ and cryonics. We're plasmids in amber, one of matter's harmonics. Time transientem et non revertentem. We all have the same dreams. No use asking who sent them. We just say welcome. Welcome to my nightmare. I'm going to do a brand new song now. I just wrote this one a couple of weeks ago as part of what's called February Album Writing Month, FAWM, FAWM.org, where you can go see and hear some of the fantastic songs that people have been writing all this month. It's like, November, the novel writing month, except it's for songwriters. I wrote this song. About this year. Red pill, storm the hill, down the rabbit hole. Non-stop cue drops. Enjoy the show. It's too late for the deep state. Where we go one, we go all. Fuck the norm. We are the storm. It's time to climb the wall. It's nice to breathe, isn't it? Said the juggler to the thief. Walking DC streets in the light of day, 10 yards ahead of the beast. Oh, you can wear red hats and talk big and chat about surrounding that campaign bus, but nothing you say matters today, 'cause the future belongs to us. Dark night, do you feel right, or is there something that you missed? When you climb aboard, sure you know the score, in the grip of Thanos' fist. You've been talking loud with your MAGA crowd about crapping on the Senate floor. Yeah, the world can tell that you're mad as hell and you're not gonna take it anymore. It's nice to unclench your jaw, isn't it? Said Lincoln to the GOP, waving goodbye, wheels up for Florida. Finally free. Oh, you've been down so long, looks like up to you, and you learned to adjust. But nothing you say matters today, 'cause the future belongs to us. I got a space laser and a cold space laser, and my phaser set to stun. I'm all done cringing, now I'm just binging, watching those little piggies run. I've been sleeping long and deep and better than the last 4 years. We're still in the shit, but we're shoveling it, and I'm managing my fears. It's nice to chill, isn't it? Said the bodhisattva to the press, to go for hours without checking your phone, able to catch your breath. Well, they can scream and hype in giant type about the evil and the treasonous, but nothing they say matters today, 'cause the future belongs to us. Nothing they say matters today, the future belongs to us. The future belongs to us. That is a brand new song, and hopefully we'll be recording that sometime this year. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to do one more number. This is also from Trail of Mars. And for this one, I'm going to switch over to the ukulele. There's a music video for this one up on YouTube. Also on John McDaid at YouTube. And thank you again to Folk Alliance International for this conference opportunity. Hope you all stick around and enjoy all of the fantastic stuff that's happening over the next couple of days. Standing on the beach, waiting for the black rain to come down. Lost your badge and your gun, helpless as they run you to ground. Well, you got your hand in your pocket, watching the rocket's red glare. Ain't got a clue what it's about, you don't think you really care. Well, you ain't guessing that you know who's behind it, what it's all worth. You're just busy right now, getting ready for walking off the earth. You followed the footprints of Noah's raven, scribbled in the sand. caught the whiff of hypocrisy and the theocracy slathered on the land. You ain't going nowhere, got nothing you care about at all. You're just watching vapor trails, waiting for the hammer to fall. Well, you ain't guessing that you know who's behind it or what it's all worth. You're just busy right now getting ready for walking off the earth. Well, it's the end of the movie. You ain't the hero, that's for sure. So you're here with all of the other losers on the cutting room floor. You ain't got nothing that you owed. You've been living on this road of dead dreams. Long ago gave up that childish hope of a post-credit scene. You ain't guessing that you know who's behind it or what it's all worth. You're just busy right now getting ready for walking off the earth. Well, you ain't guessing that you know who's behind it or what it's all worth. You're just busy right now getting ready for walking off the earth. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Folk Alliance International, and have a great night. Enjoy the rest of this fantastic event, and stay safe, stay well, and hope to see everybody in person